Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and imbies, welcome back to Sunstriders, LIBERTAS. Session 9, The Flicker of Hope. Today's session quote comes from Bishop Desmond Tutu, a bishop in South Africa. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. Rest in peace, 2001, I believe. Good Catholic bishop. I'm sure there was nothing bad about him.
Certainly.
Scot-free.
So,
It's Scot-free. It's Scot-free. If you have a personal problem, please feel free to mail it into our hotline.
We love Catholicism in this bitch. And by that, I mean... Well, never mind. So, last week on
Safe
LIBERTAS, Session 8,
Yeah.
we successfully escaped the hangar. Oryx Squad immediately got thrown into a dogfight. Once they came over the top of the buildings, they saw that what looked like the entirety of Corellia had risen up against the sovereignty. Countless firefights, flames, destruction, blaster fire everywhere. Comms were down. Had our crew thrown into a sick dogfight, running our dogfight rules that we never run. Made it through alive, unscathed, with some pretty handy piloting by our young Bernathon, Zalto, and of course the crew of the LAATI. We escaped with Janala Phasar in the passenger hold. Managed to make it over to the Duro sector, or sorry, the Golden Beaches. Pretty bombed out area. Landed, made some repairs on the comms, tried to get in touch with higher leadership. Unable. All we heard over the comms was the panic voices, screams for help, and orders to no one. Janala suggested that we rally the CLF forces. And yeah, Sergeant Vyslav spotted what looked like a Mandalorian patrol heading our way.
Burning.
And where we left off, Janala Phasar was just about to make a speech to the entirety of Corellia. So that is where we will pick up. We're going to go ahead and roll our destiny points without a session question for now. So if you guys would like to do that.
Shit.
Okay. Very good, very good, very good.
Yep.
I coming. I was playing with this Majin Buu dick.
Real shit.
Forget I don't have to open a character sheet anymore.
Now you just get to go straight to the party.
Let's go.
Wow,
Atta
3 light
fucking
sides.
boy.
And 3 not being a whole lot, I'll go ahead and roll 1 as well. Very good. Back to 4, boys. Back to 4.
Yes, bro.
All right. So, we'll get started here. As previously stated, we managed to patch through comms, maybe boost. Actually, you know what?
Mhm.
Give me a group computers check. See how far this radio transmission is going to be able to go. We'll make it an average check, and give me a
Okay.
setback for enemies jamming the communications.
Let me look at my wording. Nope. Okay.
Dom's such a nice guy.
Ooh, one success.
I would
one
have pulled
threat.
that threat right off.
Very good. Very
This is a
good.
computer.
Real shit. So, tinkering with the comms relay on the LATI, boosting the signal as much as you can from all of your combined handheld devices and things of that nature. Because, hey, this is Star Wars. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Put 5 AA batteries together, and it's basically a car battery.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you guys line up the comms for Janala to deliver her speech, she takes a breath, looks around at all of you, and what do I tell them? What should I say?
Well, Qual will remind her of the necessary things she needs to say to get the word out about where we are in our code phrase. But other than that, today, you've got to relight the flame of hope. You have to kindle something inside of these men and women's souls.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, remind them the grab ball match ain't over.
We're coming down the home stretch.
Very good. So Janala will clear her throat. Whoever gives her the signal that she's live, and she launches into her speech. Let me, because I want to see the reactions if there are any.
I'm going to be typing this.
Citizens, I'll send it to you. I'll send it. Don't worry about it. I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Citizens of Corellia. My name is Janala Phasar. Some of you may recognize me as a former dictat of the esteemed legislative body that for centuries has governed the people of our great planet. Today, the eldest brother of our star system came under attack by the fascist, imperialist forces of the sovereignty. They would have you believe that they've already won. They would have you believe that you are alone and have no hope of resisting. Right now, I'm here to tell you that they couldn't be more wrong. The CLF, veterans of the CDF, and countless everyday citizens have answered the call to duty in order to push back the sovereignty dogs. We stand together in this hour of darkness. And so long as we resist, so long as we push back, so long as we have the will to fight, the small flickering flame of hope shall never go out. Never forget the atrocities the sovereignty has committed in the name of order and control. Never forget when they orbitally bombarded the beautiful Golden Beach. Never forget the massacre of the Dur Creek Block. Never forget the attempted genocide of the hard-working people of Corvella. These despicable acts of terror and violence would be an everyday commonplace event under the rule of the sovereignty, and so we must fight back. Remember, you have friends everywhere, and the CLF loves an underdog. Rise up, sons and daughters of Corellia. Rise up and rid our world of its would-be oppressors.
Let's fucking go.
She pauses for a moment, indicates that she's finished. And almost as if on cue, as if it was a stage performance, a couple of distant explosions, from your distance, sounds no more than just a couple of low thumps. But it seems like the night sky gets a little bit brighter. little bit more lively. Not bad for an old politician, wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you say, Lieutenant?
I'd say it's pretty far past not bad.
Very good. So, I would like all of you to make a perception check. Individual, of course.
What's my difficulty?
It will be 1 red and 1 purple.
Sure. It's nighttime. Do we get a setback?
You know what? Yes, you do get a setback for that.
Teacher, do we have homework?
What about the assignment? You didn't pick up our homework. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I understand the hate for those young individuals, but if you handed out homework and I did that shit,
Oh yeah,
I want that motherfucker to get picked up.
All right, I do get to remove the setback due to my
You're welcome.
goggles.
You're welcome.
Yes. Oh god.
Damn.
Premature celebration.
Well,
We in this bitch fucking.
well,
Damn, that's a good speech.
We're all
Hey.
watching. We're all watching the speech. Dude. We're not paying attention.
That's perfect.
Eyes filled with tears.
Very
Back in
good.
there, tear.
So, it's perfect. I gotta turn the camera on for this one. Hopefully it doesn't fucking tank my shit. As you guys are standing on this rooftop next to the LAAT and your big your mashed together comms array, out of the shadows, you hear clapping. Just slow clap. Just one single person. And out steps one person from a hiding place, you know, somewhere on the roof, some debris, steps out from behind a pile of stuff. And he's applauding. Very pretty words, Dictat. But now is the time for action. He's got a full helmet on, so you can't see his face. And I assume most of you guys are probably well versed enough to recognize a Mandalorian helmet when you see one. Classic T visor. And after he emerges and isn't immediately shot down, there are, let's see, I didn't actually count this. 1, 2, 3.
So
4
Would
more.
you say 4 to 7? Oh, okay.
Yeah, four more Mandalorians from different areas of the roof all emerge into, you know, the light of the LAT's, I guess, running lights.
And I assume we probably have
leader-
like a little portable gin out, depending on how late into the night it is.
Yeah. The leader looks at you, Vyacheslav. I gotta find the fucking. Hold on.
I'll be looking over your shoulder now, Goat. He's already here.
The
slide
The
out
guy-
of frame is fucking funny.
the guy that had stepped out and was clapping and spoke to Janala looks at you, Vyacheslav, and says, Sukoigar, Titos.
Fuck. I'm gonna stand at attention. And I'm gonna stand at attention. I'm gonna drop my accent. I'm gonna reply yes question mark in Mandoa.
No need to confuse our our friends here. And this, of course, must be Lieutenant Vrobin. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. Been a great admirer from afar, of course, ever since Titus' first report came in about you.
Who? Out of character. You said Titus?
Yeah.
I like how you pronounce the last name, Chris. Can you do it again?
Titus. I didn't say the last name.
You did. What the fuck did you say? What did you
I
say?
said Sukoigar Titus.
Okay. Let me pull up
Just
my
hell-
Mando dictionary.
It's just hello Titus.
It's just hello. Okay, sweet. I thought you said my full name.
I just threw
I
a
thought my
sick
full
little.
government name.
My
just
goat
got
was
slapped
going. My
on
goat was
there.
going in
I
the
was
fucking
scared.
Mandela, bro. Obviously.
I just threw a
Go,
cool little
Chris.
accent on the Titus.
Go, Chris.
This is by the way, we're backed by Karen Travis, #1 Mandalorian EU author. He hates Jedis. Anyways. What does this guy look like, man? Chris, what do I see on this guy right now? Humanoid, size wise?
He's certainly humanoid. He's a near human as best as you can tell. No head tails or anything like that. Hard to tell his exact species with the helmet on. But it does look like this is like operator armor.
Yeah.
So it's like, pretty gray. You do recognize, well, I don't know if you guys recognize, but
Pretty mate.
Let's see. I actually don't know how to fucking describe this. A stylized skull based on the mythosaur is the only real identifying patch that they're wearing. Other than that, it's mostly just kind of like gray, urban camouflage type paint colors and things of that nature.
I see.
You do notice he has just pistols on his hip bandolier. Couple grenades, maybe a thermal dead or two. And everybody in their group has a different assortment of weapons and complementary gear and things of that nature. But yeah.
Are they out or?
No, they're holstered. Nobody's drawn. These guys presumably are not here to fight, as far as you can tell. But of course, Lieutenant Vrobin, pleasure to finally meet you. I've been a great admirer from afar, of course, ever since Titus's first report came in about you.
I'll look over at just glance towards Titus. Well, I'm pleasure's all mine. Just who am I speaking with?
My name is Zergo. I'm the commander of this small group.
Got a name for this small group?
No, we're just an attack group. We do have names, if that's what you're asking.
No, I just mean,
And he'll...
military units, things of that nature.
We're from Clan Ordo.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of
Of
them.
Who the fuck that is?
Real shit. But he will go around the group and introduce everybody. Points at a larger Mandalorian who you can only assume is a Dewutin. That's big. This is Brute. Brute is another large guy, not quite as large as the Dewutin. He does have cutouts for horns that are ground down to stumps on the front of his helmet. Raleigh, I say young, you can't really tell. What you would expect to be a female. And of course, we have Diggs. And Diggs steps from the side of Janala Phasar. Her bodyguard is part of their group. I respect the way you handle your unit, and I'm not ashamed to say I've adopted a few of your practices in leading my own team. Now, Lieutenant, as I said before, the pretty words are nice and all, and I'm sure the people of Corellia needed to hear them. But now is the time for action. The sovereignty needs to be defeated here and now.
Hold my hands out towards the explosion blooming sidelines, or, skylines. Seems like plenty of action's taking place already.
Action, yes. But it's not organized. Our intelligence places a large portion of your command as KIA since the sovereignty first began their assault this morning. Have you been able to get in touch with anybody in your chain of command?
Qual will settle on a crate or something. No, your intelligence seems to be spot on. Haven't been able to raise anybody on the horn all afternoon.
Well, then our fears have been confirmed. Lieutenant, if I may presume to suggest military action to you, it may be prudent to begin consolidating your forces for a strong offensive. My team and I just recently scouted an orbital defense. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words tonight, man. Shit.
Hey, boy.
My team and I were just able to scout out an old orbital defense station. Old CDF outpost. Perhaps that might be a prime target, because I don't think I need to tell you how useful orbital lasers would be against the sovereignty's flagship.
Well, considering our air-to-air capabilities right now are next to none, I'd say you're right on target.
So
Now, is this a ground-to-air platform, or?
it is. It is. Old planetary defense battery, mostly dealing with incoming asteroids, attack ships, things of that nature. But the power should be sufficient enough to punch through capital ship shields should the need arise.
Now, Not to put a damper on this whole parade, but this is a Resurgence class destroyer we're talking about. As soon as those guns come online, we're gonna have a full battery aiming down our throat.
I agree. I don't think that we're going to be permanently manning the battery. More of a hit and run just to punch through the shields.
And then what?
Take what assault craft you have and bring the fight to them.
Hmm.
We get on the ship. We cut the head off the snake.
I've heard Admiral Iron Eyes has committed a great deal of his forces to the planet's surface since this whole thing began. UCLF guys, specifically the Act Dog, seem to have made quite a commotion.
We've been busy.
Well, Lieutenant, if you'll have us, I'm more than happy to officially place my team under your command. We do have a mutual enemy.
You don't lie about that. But I am curious why you guys are planet side here of all places.
Here? Do you mean Corellia or this building?
All the way from Mandalore.
We are. Unfortunately, there are things that I am not able to tell you. But safe to say, this is not a localized fight.
Sure.
You guys been here since like the blockade?
Since before. You must be young Bernathon.
Yeah.
I've heard much praise about you. I am excited to see you in action.
Yeah, probably from via Titus.
Yes, indeed. I'm sure it may come as a shock to you that one of your own would be, I don't know how to put it, a liar. But rest assured.
How could he? How could he lie?
Rest assured, he is far from the only plant that we have in the CLF. We have agents everywhere.
I don't suppose you'd be at liberty to discuss those agents.
Not at the moment, Lieutenant.
Is Reparg one of them?
The guy's so cool. He's got to be a Mandalore, dude. He's so fucking
He
cool.
loves his weapons, man. He has to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I'm afraid I do not know who you're speaking of.
He must have a code name, Bernie.
Gotta be.
What's in it for you fellas?
Simple. The more planets we liberate from the sovereignty, the weaker they get. The weaker they get, the more able we are to destroy them. As I said, this isn't a localized conflict. The sovereignty has a very long reach. We're not keen on seeing another galactic empire rise to power. not keen on seeing another First Order rise to power.
You can rename them, put a new paint scheme on the old armor, update the plastoid, but all you have to do is look up and know that the First Order has all but slid away into a new guise under the sovereignty.
My thoughts exactly, Lieutenant.
Reports from... Go ahead, Brian.
Let me ask you this, Zergo. What are your Mandalorians' plans once, if and when, the sovereignty leaves? Are you gonna leave Corellia to its own devices, or are you gonna try to just take their place?
Good question. We're warriors, Bernathon. We fight. It's what we do. Always have been. Once the sovereignty is gone from Corellia, we'll go to the next planet. And the next. And the next. Until our enemy is wiped out. There won't be any of these half measures the New Republic took with the First Order. Or with the Galactic Empire. There won't be any holdouts. There won't be any forgiveness. Good behavior won't guarantee anything but a quicker death. These dogs are the same today as they were 2,000 years ago. As they were 30,000 years ago. They have to be stopped, and they have to be put down. I'm not made for government. Very few of my people are. We have no interest in conquering the entire galaxy. Not in the sense you may be thinking.
Who do you take your orders from, Commander?
Unfortunately, Lieutenant, I can't tell you that.
This might come as a shock. But I know a good bit about your warrior culture, my friend. I know things at home aren't as clear-cut as you might be making them out to be.
It's never good to air out the dirty laundry in front of guests. Back home, surely we have our struggles, but it's always good to present a united front for the people of the wider galaxy.
Of course. Well, Commander, this moment, can't see any reason why I would deny you. If my sergeant here vouches for you, that's good enough for me.
The party looks at Vyacheslav expectantly.
Vyaslav's looking at his toes. No. I couldn't think of a better boon for us right now. We need the firepower. They're reliable. I like their plan. The decision's ultimately up to you, Lieutenant, but with the Mandalorians here, with us, a united front will give us a better chance of success.
Well, we'll see who decides to pick up the torch and rally here. The location's in the message Madam Phasar sent out. So, how long do you think we can wait, Commander? 24 hours? 48?
It might be prudent to perhaps change locations slightly in case they got a direct bead on your transmission. You know, don't want to be standing on top of this building when a laser from orbit comes crashing down. But I see no reason why we couldn't hole up in the Golden Beaches for a few days if need be.
I think we call it 48 and move. Then I'll make it here in 2 days. I don't think anybody that's gone to ground will be crawling out.
The Sovereignty will still be busy securing positions, personnel on ground. We'll have a little more information come in on who's alive and who's not. We'll know what we're working with.
And we can hope in the next 36 hours, perhaps one of our own commanders decides to show their face.
We can hope. Well, sounds like we have a plan. I guess we'd better start preparing. And with that, do you guys, Zergo will leave you guys to yourselves. He'll go to his team and start giving instructions on, scouting positions, guard positions, things of that nature. And he'll leave you to it. Janala will, of course, walk up to you, Lieutenant, and the look of shock still hasn't quite worn off of her face that one of her closest bodyguards has been an undercover agent. And she looks at you. Yeah, she looks at you, Vyacheslav, specifically.
This has happened to 2 people.
How? She looks at you almost accusingly. How many of you people are here?
Enough to win.
Attaboy.
The Sovereignty has been our enemy for a long time. It only made practical sense to come and entrench ourselves with the CLF. A united front. And then a cover.
I just can't believe that. I mean, Diggs was. He's been a confidant. He's been a helping hand in a time of need. He's the one that pulled me out of the wreckage of the Golden Beaches.
It's in our training, ma'am. We are warriors.
More importantly, he wants you to win.
I suppose so. I need to sit down and collect my thoughts, Lieutenant. Are we going to be moving, or do I have some time?
30 minutes, ma'am. You can go ahead and get out of this spot, just in case I have picked up on that transmission.
Very good. And she walks away the whole time, muttering to herself, I just can't believe things like that.
She's like, damn, if I was working for the Sovereignty, I'd be dead. What?
Real shit.
Shit.
Hey, she picked the right side.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look to Titus. Sergeant.
Lieutenant.
Is this going to cause any issues in our chain of command?
It will not. Our mission is still the same.
That's what I like to hear. I'm sure they're all capable warriors.
That's what they train to be. Our actions, our mission parameters usually fall into a strike team just like ourselves. So the same missions we've been running. These guys are used to it.
Any chance your buddies have one of those claw strike fighters? I don't know if the old girl is going to be up for getting through the chaff of the point defense guns of a resurgent class.
There's a word. There's a fucking military word I'm looking for. It's like asset. Is for. Excuse me. As far as vehicle assets, I'm not sure. We mostly keep just boots on the ground, nothing to trace us back through. There is a chance, but more than likely we'll have to requisition one. Anything from Best Squad? I check my comms.
Not currently. No. Although, you know, I'm sure you guys have some sort of like tracking system on your comms for CLF forces. Like in the Army, we had Blue Force trackers. You do see that they're moving. They're around. They're still in the Dirt Creek block. But as far as you can tell, they're not dead.
Nice.
And I can't bang through the line to like catch Jinko or anything.
You could certainly try.
I would certainly like to.
It is I will say comms are pretty much like a constant battle at this point. So anytime you want to punch through, it's going to be like, you know, sit down and try and crack through so you can get a message out.
I think I would wait till our 30-minute period is up, actually, before I would sit down and try to crack comms.
Okay. Very good.
Don't want to put 2 pings through in this location.
Smart. Very smart. So, that being said, is there anything else you guys would like to do or discuss? Or are we going to go ahead and get ready to move?
I will grab Bernie real quick.
Yep. Yeah, what is it, Lieutenant?
No, I never thought a boarding action would be in our mission parameters, but you never can tell sometimes. It's gonna be ugly. It's not that any combat's a fun place to be, but linear corridors, just point to your blasters. Keep those gas wagons hot.
Yeah, I can do that. But listen, Lieutenant, I've been, you know, our 30 minutes is almost up. next time we find a spot where we can lay, keep down a little bit, I wanted to see if we could probe the comms so I could make a call into the central city.
Of course, son. I'll leave it at that.
Very good. Well, nothing to it but to do it, boys. So,
Mhm.
Lieutenant Robin, this one is going to fall on you. So, we need a good spot. And this can be a group check, but you guys need to decide where you're going to hole up. So, we can do this a couple different ways. I say that. We can have a couple of different checks. So you can give me a group perception check, group vigilance, warfare, or knowledge underworld for a good hiding spot away from sovereignty eyes. Your successes on this check or your failures on this check will determine about how long you have until you think the sovereignty will be able to sniff you out.
Well, fellas, I got 3 yellows on the war.
Yeah, your warfare trumps all my shit that I have.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna grab a beer real quick.
Go ahead. And Chris,
Hey,
man, we're in the Golden Beaches, man.
no.
I think a disaster shelter might be a fine place to go.
Ooh, it might be. It might be.
But I will certainly make this check. What difficulty would
Very
you like,
good.
sir?
Oh, let me think about this for a second. So I think it's going to be a hard check. I'm going to upgrade it. I'm going to give you 2 setback. The reason for the setbacks, so 1, it's nighttime. Scouting locations like this is not ideal at night. 2, you guys are trying to move very quickly because you guys have to get established, send out, relay beacons or whatever to get people to your exact location without the sovereignty finding out, and that'll also be a separate check. But yeah, so I think hard upgraded with 2 setbacks.
And can I get a sweet unskilled assist from Bernie for my eyes on the sky?
Absolutely.
Sweet. All right, fellas.
And question,
Hey.
are you guys taking the ships to scout, or are you kind of like operating on like maps, visual line of sight, walking type of stuff? How are you guys scouting?
It's probably best to keep the birds on the ground, I would think.
Don't want to get shut up.
Probably old school.
Okay, very
Could do
good.
some climbing.
Then
Do
yes,
the
absolutely.
Mandalorians have any extra data, map, scouting information for us to reach off of?
You know
Possibly
what?
For a boost die?
I think they do. That's very good. Yeah, throw on another boost for that.
Sweet.
I like that, Dom.
Hell, and I'll go ahead and burn one back, man. Give me a great
Let's
boost.
go.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
one threat. That's it.
Goodness.
Okay. Take a strain, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I need a fucking nap, fellas.
Let's see. Write this down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Very good. So, you guys take off. You've got your Mandalorian squad and Janala Phasar in tow, and you guys are picking your way through the destroyed Golden Beaches. You come across a couple of spots that you think might be good. Mark them down, come back to them later if you need be. But you come you come to what looks like an old shelter. Sorry. What'd you call it?
Oh, disaster
Take-
shelter.
Yeah. You guys come across an old Corellian disaster shelter. Looks like the doors have been taken off. And there's on the landing platform before you go down, there is a makeshift memorial. And you guys would immediately recognize in some hand-drawn picture that looks like a kid maybe drew, but the visage is unmistakable. It is your namesake, Declan Verdas. This is the famed spot where he fought off the reclaimants and allowed the entirety, or most of the refugees in the bunker to escape with their lives. You see a painting of a couple of other people around him. I don't think you guys know who the Sunstriders are exactly, but you would recognize it from the Hollow News, the guys that were with Declan. That being, of course, Nox Faust, Raz Narubo, Joom Zadul, Savo Zuli, and Timjin. Heyo, Sunstriders, let's go, baby.
Sunstriders mention.
We're pogging.
I can see that you're not.
We're
bastards.
We're pogging. Wait, Dom just did it. Dom still is.
I'm cranking the pog count this episode, dude.
Oh.
You see a couple of plushies, teddy bears, dried flowers, and
No way.
different offerings.
You like a Declan plushie?
No, just
I was gonna
little
grab
kid.
that shit so fast.
Yoink!
Yoink. I'm finna get 8,000 credits for this shit.
No, mostly just, little kids' toys. Just what you would expect the poor and downtrodden to leave for people who maybe saved their lives.
God, this shit is so sweet.
Qualla put his hand on the bottom, the foot of the memorial on the wall. We're on hollowed ground here, men. This is what it's all about.
I still remember seeing the broadcast day it happened.
I was just about to bring it up. Boy, did that hit the airwaves fast. It's different hearing about, the feats and the powers that these, whatever you call them, Jedi, have. But to see him and that boy pluck that starfighter right out of the sky, keep it from crashing into the crowd, that was something else, man. I wish we had him here now.
Very good.
Fight falls
you
to
guys-
us, man.
Corellia
And so it does.
remembers her
guys-
heroes. Hopefully, she remembers us.
I love when
remember
Chris
her name right
DMs me.
Yeah. So, interesting tool for later. So, as you guys make your way down into the bunker, it's pretty sparse. Basically just a hole in the ground, dirt steel walls, built for not much else other than shelter in mind.
Does it feel cold in here, Chris?
You know, now that you mention it,
Weirdly, perhaps?
you do get a sense of, I don't know if dread is the right word, but there's a feeling of unease down here.
Perhaps the leftover feeling of hundreds of people feeling an uprising of fear at the same time.
Certainly.
Like a ghost of the past.
Yes, but that's not the only feeling you get. You don't know why, but you feel like there's a chance. There's hope here. Not sure where it comes from, but, you know, the Force works in mysterious ways. All right. So, I'm going to take a real quick bio, but while I'm doing that, you guys are going to have 3 opportunities based on your role to improve your position, as it were. It can be anything that you think of. I have a couple of ideas if you guys are running out, but you got to prepare this place for, you know, staging troops, getting comms up, you know, basically prepping for an assault. A force need resources, and that may not necessarily be like, you know, blasters or whatever, but information, strategic points that you could exploit, you know, things like that. So think about that for a second. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, and then we'll get rolling.
Sweet.
I have an idea.
What you got?
I think.
What you got?
I think securing our communication system is going to be good for us, especially as we strike this ship. So I think some kind of, let's see if I can tech lingo it right here, like a closed LAN communication network for
Ooh, like an
everyone
old
that comes into
localized
here.
comms, like a hard line comms relay between maybe
We're
a couple
getting
bunkers.
Getting into the Halo 2 lobby. On
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And I think having that for us as we get on ground, and as well as our strike team into the ship, will stop us. At least try to make it hard to jam us. Right? Get past the current jam, have something up, and then if he wants to jam us midway, maybe we get a check to fight it. Right?
Well, even that is, I mean, that's a given. The chances of us getting some off once we're in striking distance of the resurgent class, I mean, it's low.
Mm-hmm.
But having it ground-wise for while we're in the air, yeah,
for our guys that make it here, because then we'll be off the main channel, the main chatter. I'm sure it's going to lighten up over the next 36, 48 hours, but we don't want to go back into those same broken channels.
Right. Definitely that. So definitely comms. I would say.
I think barracks wise, something for maybe Lieutenant or Bernie would be a good perimeter securance. Could be done with the Mando guys. I assume they're super scouters. Making sure that we have a fantastic position, not as impregnable a position as we can. I mean, of course, we still want regular civilians and the whatnots to be able to get through and do their things, but sovereignty checkpoints, sovereignty.
Well, that here, I think it's gonna be pretty light because this has been.
Yeah, then they like expel them or some shit.
Well, this one got fucking orbitally bombed.
Yes, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
As far as civilian count goes, it's probably pretty low. I think he had mentioned that too whenever we were flying in.
Okay.
So I think maybe we're gonna need a place to hide the ships. So maybe a parking garage, not even like the whole thing, but something like that. That maybe still has 1 or 2 floors still serviceable, that we can actually hide those from aerial view. But that's all really we gotta worry about is that the top down. And besides, I mean, we're so close. If they find us, we might just have to pull a trig and rock and roll, man.
And I mean, do we also want to have a run? I think this would be Bernie's department, kind of scout department, a run on munition as local to us. Something else we can supplement with the Mandalorians. At least whatever local. If they have stuff that's around, we would need it. If there's anything that's been left and is still available, we need that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody, people gotta eat.
Yeah. Medical supplies, probably. Instead of even worrying about food, but for the guys that are coming back to ground, oh yeah, get them back in fighting force.
I think I can rock the comms for sure. I'm sure it's all group check shit, but trying to give everybody something to do. I can rock the comms. Bernie could scout the munitions and what we got for Qual.
I'll take trying to find a spot for the shuttles, ships, air speeders, whatever we got.
Secure,
I can take
secure
either.
holding area.
Yeah, vigilance on that or whatever. Because I got 1 and 2 for,
You could even
for vigilance or World Warfare.
Depends on what he's got.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we do that in the first 24 hours. Catch a nice sleep.
Nice 3 hours.
Wait.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, gentlemen. You guys are
Sleeping in the back
going
of
to
the
be
truck.
balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Sleep while you can. So, I got comms, hiding place for all of our stuff, and maybe some leftover stockpiles to supply our troops.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So, all that being said, what would you guys like to tackle first?
I think a secured area would make sense first, right? Or is it are you looking just for a parking spot for these vehicles and weapons?
We'll use the bunker for the foot, but as far as the stuff coming in, that's all I'm really worried about. Now, naturally, that whatever space we have left over, they can cot out or whatever. But
Actually, I think priority-wise, maybe get this comms locked in first before we start moving about. So I think we should do that.
I like it.
What you got for me, Chris? I'm trying to make a LAN-type network for us to communicate on outside of the sovereignty cracks in our armor for anyone that comes in here.
I heard everything I was talking about, man. So,
sick.
I'm trying to get a hardline comms relay set up. I like it.
Yes.
Let's see. We'll get right into it. So, looking at your maps, looking at your military intel that you have, your different packets and whatnot for the different locations on Corellia, you guys are... Well, you know what? Let me get a computers check on that one. It'll be an average check with 1 setback for, the location being completely bombed out. And I'm going to upgrade it. So 1 purple, 1 red, 1 setback for a computers check.
And would I be able to use my code breaker to remove a setback? This would be break codes or decrypt comms.
is that the one that lets people get a better read on you if they look for it, though?
That is the Black Ops breaker. That's usually
Okay,
when I'm
cool.
trying to knock shit. Let's see. I actually had the thing right here. Yeah,
That's-
made to slice computers when I'm slicing computers.
Okay. You know, I'll say yeah, you could probably use it. Just because you do have to get into the old Corellia infrastructure.
I have to crack
through the
something. Okay.
Yeah, bust through the different firewalls and that. So we'll
And
I'll say yeah.
I won't use the Black Ops data breaker. Let's see. Okay, 2 yellows, a green, a red, and a purple. Alright. Give me that shit right there. Give me that yellow. Give me that 3 triumph where I fail to check the
real
3
real
times.
shit.
Okay, my shit's fried right now.
Hey, ask and you shall receive, dude.
We got something.
You did get something.
We got
Tom,
something.
what would you like to use your triumph on?
To be originally successful. Let's see.
If only.
Good triumph. A good triumph. I mean, I fail here, but we can win somewhere else. I'd like to upgrade our next check. Give us a better opportunity.
Okay. Easy enough. So we're not done with this one quite yet. You aren't able to go in through the computers and find, like a hardline route for your comms. But I will say you guys can still go out and, try to physically locate these things and get everything connected.
Okay.
So, look here for a second. Ba-ba-ba. Zergo, I'm assuming you guys are keeping the Mandalorians pretty much in the loop here.
That would be it.
Very good. So after your failed attempt at, doing it remotely, I guess, Zergo will offer. I can help locating relay stations and hard links if you'd like. I have a little bit of a background in comms and technology, so
It would be much appreciated.
very good. So how would you guys like to do this? This is effectively going to be like a reconnaissance type, like searching. So you guys can send out a group. You guys can all go, however you'd like to do it.
If we use more of the group than just myself, does that still give them their opportunities with the other things we're trying to do?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm not. This isn't like one person makes the check type of thing. You guys are working as a group to get everything set up as best as you can. So,
And if you guys want to join in, or if you guys want to focus on what y'all are doing, I think that's up to y'all.
Yeah, I'll get on the ground with you, brother.
Let's go.
Yeah. If you get like I don't know what the term would be, but like the chip that we had used to sabotage the Sovereign's radios, like hand me one, point out to a target, and I can run out to pick that one up. Just like, little courier stuff.
I like to think of Bernie as our bird's eye view scout. If it needs eyes, he's going to get them.
yeah. Cool. So, let's see here. Ba-ba-ba.
Imagine free climbing with 6 points of contact instead of 4.
Probably pretty sweet.
Shit.
probably way easier, dude.
Fuck.
And
Look at
weighing
this is scale
50 pounds.
9
Yeah, weighing 100 pounds. Yeah.
and curling 250.
Mhm. Very good. Okay. So, you guys consult your maps, and Janala has a lot of information to give on this, being a minor dictat, formerly stationed. Not stationed. Formerly having access to like a lot of the Corellian infrastructure and things of that nature. She's able to provide you guys with, maybe some of the comm stations that Corellia Planetary Defense might have used. A lot of these would be, hardlines specifically designed for like war. So even though they're not connected to anything necessarily, they probably would still be operable, I guess. So, who all are we taking with us?
Myself, Robin, Bernie, and Zergo.
And Zergo. All right. Very good.
Finna get Zerg going in this bit like.
Shit. All right.
That's my boy Zergoat.
Real.
So, as you guys head out on foot, I assume,
Yes.
give me a group stealth check.
Maybe you,
It'll
Bernie.
be
Yeah, let me take the lead here.
You got a
Let's
boost
make it-
dice
let's-
for you, Burn.
let's make it a hard check. And you guys, of course, have your upgrade from Dom's Triumph.
Does Bernie crouch down when he's sneaking, or does he still just stand straight up?
Straight up, doesn't need a crouch. Maybe like a slight hunch. Okay, 3 purples, no setback.
Excuse
yes,
me.
sir. No setback.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Unlucky.
Wait a second.
5 advantages, though. That's a lot of advantages. What would you like to do?
Oh,
with those?
Burn, you do have a boost die for me, brother. Might change the tide.
Oh, sure.
Come on.
I get a boost from the armor too.
Oh yeah, you have the same armor. That's where mine comes from.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, dodge.
Oh my god, more advantage.
Wow. 7 advantages.
We don't find shit.
Oh, this is just a stealth check, brother.
Who we hiding from?
Who do you think you're hiding from?
The Mandalorians.
Well,
I'm
their
right-
team leader is with you.
Right, the other ones. Hard to hide from them.
Seven advantages, Garrett.
Mm-hmm. The going exchange rate on advantages to successes. 7 to
I'll say
1.
10 to 1.
Damn it.
Unequivocal exchange rate. 1 million.
You can, I can give you some boost die on the next roll you're going to make, or even upgrade the next roll you're going to make.
Mhm.
Because there's a check coming, buddy.
Yeah. Could I upgrade and also heal some strain from that?
You can.
Um,
So I'll say,
3 to upgrade.
yeah, I'll take your 3 to upgrade. So heal that strain, buddy.
Sweet.
Very good. So, as you guys are moving out, it's been a couple of hours since you guys left, and took you a little while to find your location. So I'd say it's probably about mid-morning. You guys are traveling through a pretty heavily obscured area. So pretty slow moving. But you hear the telltale whine of ion engines overhead. So give me a group, I want to say coordination.
Think,
Got a yellow, 3 greens.
Oh, same thing. Go for it.
All right.
All right. And this will be one moment. Ba, ba, ba. Where's my library? Oh shit, I didn't have. I'll do this. Oh, there'll just be 2 purples. It'll be an average check.
Average. Let's go.
3
Yeah,
successes, 1 advantage. So the ion engines get louder as you guys don't need the order to scatter and find cover. As laser cannons fry the area that you're in.
Oh.
Two sovereignty ties come screaming down to the ground where you were just standing. Absolutely lance the place, but you're all able to get out of the way just in time. Are you guys moving? Are you staying? Or what would you guys like to do as far as dealing with these TIE fighters?
My commander's here.
Well, we certainly don't want to sit around and wait for them to come back.
Yeah. And it does look like they're probably going to circle back.
Time to Pete and Joe it, fellas.
Very good. Give me a sweet athletics check here. And it'll be an average check. I am going to upgrade it. And I think give me a setback for all of the debris and shit all over the place.
We only got 2 greens, fellas.
I'm 3.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. That's you.
He said average upgrade setback.
Yes.
Bernie's got 1 and 2. God, he's
Bernie's
got
strong.
biceps.
Full.
Yeah.
One brawn, by the way. All right, and I'm gonna flip
what?
one back. 1 brawn, but I got 3 ranks.
That's my goat.
Oh my god!
Oh Lord.
I have to rethink Bernie in my brain. Oh,
This guy is doing push-ups every day.
Real shit.
He's been taking his fucking
200 pull-ups in the morning, 200 pull-ups in the afternoon.
1 failure, 1 advantage, 1 triumph.
Chris, you got some sweet fail states ready for us, buddy?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You guys fucking die. Corellia is stuck under the thumb.
Surprise session 0.
Welcome.
Hey, welcome to Sunstriders Phase 3, boys.
That's all he's gonna say when we're dead.
1 second. Serenity asked me to find something real quick. Gotta look for this. It's apparently urgent.
Urgent.
I'm finding
Morning.
these Myconites are finding their way to my mouth. They're delicious.
Real shit. If you guys would like to take a quick bio,
I would like to piss.
Sorry, Goots.
This is a perk 30 of flavor.
Jesus.
30. Girl, shake that.
Girl, take that laboratory.
Girl, shake that.
At D4L.
Eh?
Alright, fellas, well, the good news is, looks like we're starting to strike tonight. Because we ain't hiding from shit.
Nope, not anymore.
Lance, we roll out the house and they Lance and
They know where we're at.
Just time to-
They're
time to
waiting
pop
on
off.
us.
Oof. All right, be right back.
Ooh, fuck. It's fucking hot in this motherfucker, dude. Jesus.
That's how it's supposed to be, Mom. Sweat your balls off playing D&D.
I've done it before.
Yes, sir.
A lot of failures in chat tonight, dude. We need to get a new fucking table seed.
No.
Honestly? I think it tracks though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're beat to shit right now, brother. We've had a long day.
Oh yeah,
You are.
Bernie's mind is elsewhere.
Mama.
As it should be.
Mama. This one been written on a fucking wall since day one. Here, Mr. DM, I love my mom. She lives
I steal
the-
stuff to give her the money for it.
I'm here to fight this war, and so is she. So, you know.
And I'm pissing over there.
Bro, he letting it rip.
Done broke the seal.
Can't believe Chris hasn't given me a chance to jump on a live grenade. Still time.
Oh God.
There is.
Girl, say that. Big ol'. That big ol'. That's what I was about to say to the chick at Cricket. Like doing a little phone transaction.
Hey, girl.
About to ask you to shake
Put
that
me on
ass.
that new iPhone, man.
She on that. Shit. I said, lock the front door. Yeah, it was either the 16 plus or like the 14, and I was like, dude, I'm coming off the 11. A little newer gen. I've always been a like 2 generations before iPhone owner. They slap the fuck out of me. I ain't gonna hold you, but I mean, it feels nice.
Hell yeah.
Then I get to go buy a new car battery too.
Very nice.
Got a good 6 years at the fucking Duralast Platinum. I'm pretty sure it's a
Hell yeah.
Platinum. Left the fucking brights on Friday when I got home, and it cooked it. It pushed it past fucking little threshold, and now it's better than fuck.
Melted the cells.
Yeah, killed that motherfucker.
All right, boys.
Yes, sir.
Burnathon. 1 failure, 1 advantage, 1 triumph. What would you like a triumph to be?
And this athletics check was for us to double time it, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. Move out of the area before the ties make their loop back.
Mhm. I mean, I like the classic just upgrading our next one because we kind of need it.
Hey, man.
Dubs.
Ring, ring, ring. Mr. Garrett.
I know this number.
The banker's calling.
They're in the caller ID.
What you got?
Mr. Burnathon's Alto. If you flip one of them bad boys up there, let's say you guys won't have to worry about these TIE fighters for the time being.
Yep. Done.
Very good.
Deal.
So
Deal.
as you guys, in conjunction with your triumph, of course, I want to make sure we're clear on that one.
Yeah, of course.
So, as you guys are running, you are not making the progress you need to in order to get out of the way of these TIE fighters coming back in for a second strike. And it looks bad. They're lining up right on you. They're lasering the ground, and it's coming up quick. But at the last moment, the blaster fire from these TIE fighters is maybe 50 yards behind you. At the last moment, you hear the scream of another vehicle in the air. And a Z-95 AF-4 headhunter with a crudely drawn Daklinzak dog emblem on the side swoops in and absolutely lances one of these TIE fighters and pulls the other one off into a pursuit away from you guys as a dogfight
Let's
ensues
fucking go.
overhead.
Our guy, dude. Our goat.
So, at this point, would you guys like to continue on the comms mission? Are we pushing through, or are we going to head back? Because time is of the essence here. I'll say, if you guys push through...
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm listening.
I'm saying, if you guys push through and try to get this mission done, it will be taking a little too much time, so you guys will have to choose between one of the other two objectives that you have remaining.
Fuck it, man. We need the comms.
Very good.
Let's give it one more
Let's
go,
get it.
fellas.
Let's get it.
Let's give it one more go.
Very good. Very good. So, with the TIE fighter gone, and you guys catching your breath after your mad dash through the burnt out ruins of the Golden Beaches, conveniently enough, it put you right in front of one of the old comm stations that you expect has a hardline access to the greater Corellian network. So, getting in is no joke. Looks like a pretty heavy blast door, and it's locked tight. So I'm going to need a skullduggery check from somebody to get inside of this place.
Yellow, 2 greens.
Same.
Any
That's you.
cunty.
Be an average
cunty
check.
numbers. Shit, bro. We need a dub.
Attaboy.
We need a
And,
dub. I don't have any cunt boosters.
Take another yellow from my man Zergo.
Thank you, Zergo.
It's what, 3 yellows?
Yes, 3 yellows, 2 purples. Watch this 0 success 2.
Hell no.
Ain't no way.
Ooh, let's go.
2 successes.
2 success goats. We're in. Doors open, and the place
I'm
looks
in.
pretty. The place looks pretty pristine. Obviously, nobody's been in here for a while. There's a couple of upturned chairs, like people left in a hurry. But all in all, the equipment looks serviceable. So,
Flashlight's on his shit. Slicer had it. We getting systems booted. We're seeing what works, what doesn't, what connects, what doesn't.
and you are, and I'll say there's certainly tools here. This was a relay outpost or a relay station, so on-site maintenance was a necessity. So I'll say take a boost on this next check, but give me that computer's check to get this thing online and linked up to the greater Corellia system.
So there's the boostulator die.
I'm going to upgrade this one.
It's
Average check. One purple, one red.
Oh, I accidentally put a... Okay, there we go. Almost swung it my way right there. Let's see. Is a slicing a computer?
I will say yes, it is. You are
Sick.
at the computer terminal.
Everything is a computer if you think about it. Yes, man.
Let me slice that lightsaber. Oh shit! What a
successes, one
fucking
threat.
upgrade, bro.
One destroyer.
Fucking upgrade.
Jesus Christ, man.
Please.
Jesus, dude. Shit stacked against you guys, man.
We gotta get the bad ones out right now.
Get the
We gotta
bad
get
ones
the bad ones out before we
Please,
can.
please. Oh, I need to put my prayer mat down.
Inhale, I'm doing
Dude, can I burn some sage real quick?
Yeah,
Hey, man.
Get a new game seed, dude.
Do what you have to. 'Cause we need it.
but we succeeded, and I ain't shit you can
did
say about
succeed.
that.
You did succeed, and the system boots up without a problem. Looks like even though the surrounding area is damaged, there is a hard link to the other sectors, and most of those haven't been bombed out. So you're not able to get comms up like hardline comms up in the Golden Beaches, but you are able to get in touch with the other sectors. And that despair is going to be a secret weapon for later.
No, Major Stormbrock, suck a dick. Suck my nard, Stormbrock.
Very good. So, you guys get everything set up to your satisfaction, and it's time to head back. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do here, any messages you'd like to put out, anything like that.
Yes.
As far as you can tell, line is secured.
Yes. We have 2 messages, and I think I'll give the other one priority. Bernie?
Yeah, I think kind of like sidle up to Vyacheslav/Titus. Yeah, let me make a call real quick. A minute tops, and I will place a call to my ma. Let's see if it'll get through.
And it does. Couple of rings. Your mom's never been very quick at answering her comm link. Can't seem to figure it out. Even though technological stagnation, it's been the same technology since she was a kid.
The buttons changed, new brand, the layout, the UI is different, you know.
Might be Star Wars, but old people are the same everywhere, man. But your mom answers the phone. Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's Bernie.
Bernathon Zalto, where have you been?
Look, listen, it's a long story, and I can't really talk a whole lot. I want to know if you're safe.
Safe?
Where
It's kind of
where
a
are
silly
you?
question, don't you think, Bernathon? I'm at home.
You're still at home?
Where else am I supposed to go? The city's on fire.
They got a shelter like maybe 3 streets down. Like, listen,
Yeah,
you gotta...
the sovereignty's posted out there, and they're checking everybody that comes in.
Oh,
Bernathon,
jeez.
quick question. Does your mom know that you're running with the CLF?
She does not.
Sorry, Mom, I'm trying to save the world.
Little boys in a gang!
She thinks I run a very reputable courier business.
She does, doesn't she? What news could you possibly delivering right now? It's all over the HoloNet.
It's really hard to talk about. I'll tell you next time I get over there. But listen, just stay safe. I know Mr. That nice Duros fella next door. Look, if anything happens, call me or ask him for help. But it's things are gonna change soon, Ma. I'm just glad to know. I'm glad to know you're all right.
Actually, Vyacheslav, are you still sitting at the terminal?
Yes. Yes. And
Give me
sidebar.
Of course, GM.
Might know this Duros fellow.
Might you?
What you need from me, Mr. Chris Whaley?
I need a computer's check. It's going to be an
Oh,
easy
shit.
check.
Turn Mom's face cam on. She's in full Legion gear. I'll come for you, buddy.
Who turned this?
Ma,
Your 13th Legionnaire.
You're just like your father. You don't believe.
And before you make that check, hold on. Before you make that check, did you explicitly stated that you didn't use your code breaker on that last computer's check, correct?
I explicitly did use my code breaker on that check.
Very good. Add a boost
Very-
die to your check here.
But... I'm sorry.
That's
Bernie.
odd. That's strange.
What
Okay.
before?
Is this an easy check?
It is an easy check, yeah.
Oh my god.
Must be a collect call.
Finna despair the purple, dude.
Deposit 1.
Bro.
Ooh,
Oh man.
one failure, 4 advantage. Vyacheslav, Titus, as you're sitting at the comms computer and Bernie's making her call, of course you see the outgoing transmission and where it's headed and where it's coming back to. You know, normal things whenever you're at this operator level communications relay. You see something weird for a moment, but, you know, maybe just a little blip on the screen as if there's a third party. Sometimes it happens with calls, but nothing super out of the ordinary. But, you know, everything after that looks pretty normal. Everything before that looks pretty normal.
If I
I'm going to flip one of these.
He's a perfectionist. Go ahead.
What would you, before I do what I'm going to do, what would you like to use your advantages on?
That I know that the Duros guy is a fucking Mando. Did I cut out there?
He's a Mando what?
Sleeper.
Out of sleep.
He's one of us. Or a CLF sleeper. Somebody, please.
You know what? I like it. Which one would you like?
I think they're both effective, but the Mandos are less known around these parts, and they're hot on CLF ass. So,
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything you would like to do with that information?
tell Bernie that she needs to get the fuck out. Vyacheslav ain't letting that fucking blip go. This is real deal steel time. If it ain't perfect, it ain't worth it.
I'm gonna flip one of these dark side pips. Bernathon, as your mom is in the middle of, you know, some scolding that she's delivering to you, her usual, don't stay out too late, don't walk with the wrong crowd, things of that nature.
No, Ma.
You hear what sounds like there's a commotion in the background somewhere. And you hear her gasp.
What is it? What happened? Ma?
There's something going on outside. Hang on, I'm walking to the window.
No, don't answer the. You already
Don't
put it-
answer the door.
I mean, at least look to see who it is first.
There's nobody at the door, Bernathon. And it looks like she shows you her little hollow communicator. She flips it around, and you can see the sovereignty forces making a mad dash for the bunker that they are currently controlling.
I wish I could post these gifs.
Fucking
Visual.
do it, bro. not gonna be able to keep it together, dude.
So wait, the sovereignty forces are charging the bunker that they were in control of, like
They're
next
not
to-
charging it.
They're in
They're
retreat.
yeah. So the bunker that is next to your mother's apartment building was being, the sovereignty was guarding it, admitting people, rejecting people, things of that nature. But all of the troopers that were standing guard have decided for some reason to run inside the shelter. And the line suddenly goes dead.
Ma.
You get the equivalent of a hollow communicator dial tone. We're sorry, your call could not be connected. Please try again later.
I think like Bernie just like lets the holocom like fall from his hand. I should have told him.
Vyacheslav, give me an easy computers check with a boost die.
This is horrifying now. this is the hardest check I've made on. Oh, shit. Please. Let's go.
3 success, 2 advantage. Heal some strain. If you'd like.
Thank you. Thank you. I shall.
Vyacheslav, you're not sure why, but you think you know what happened. You hurry up and patch into one of the surrounding area's security cameras. And it's easy enough. A lot of this is public domain stuff, open source, whatever. And it takes you a couple of tries to get different cameras. A lot of them in the area, the feed has been cut off for some reason. But further down the block, you manage to get a camera that's pointed at Bernathon's mother's apartment complex. Bernathon apartment complex, where he grew up, operated his courier service out of, friends and neighbors, everyone that he's ever had close relationships with, all living
Also-
inside this apartment complex. Go ahead.
Also, where that jelly donut shop was. It's on the ground floor.
Where the jelly donut shop on the ground floor. As you see what can only be described as a highly precise, extremely overboard, targeted orbital bombardment on this block of the Dirkrete block. The apartment complex is all but leveled. People outside of the buildings are on the ground. Hover cars destroyed. And it even looks like the entrance to the bomb shelter has been collapsed on itself.
The screen that Vyacheslav is looking at this at, easy enough for me to see. I think.
Oh yeah,
I think Bernie.
he's sitting right next to you.
Bernie just kind of like hands still in the position of when the holophone fell. Just kind of like stands up, walks to like nearby window or something. Like rips off his goggles, like throws them, just kind of like hands on the balcony, and like stares out at the city.
Zerbo, do we still have a line on Gustav Seal's vitals? The sleeper in the block.
You know what? Give me. Give me another computer's check. It'll be hard check.
Oh, fuck.
And add a boost die since this is your system.
That's not a base. Alright, I can't use that either. Fuck, dude. Alright. We hit it. This is easy shit.
Hit him or not, who gives a shit, man? We gotta
This is
fucking
easy
roll
shit.
with
It just takes my computer fucking 2 minutes to send him.
2 failures to advantage. Vyacheslav, you were unable to locate his vitals. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're not there. You just, in the moment, there's a lot of forces on the ground, and you can't parse through the information quick enough to be able to locate it. And that's... So, first off, I'm going to need the entire group to make a average discipline check.
Ooh.
We are rolling a sanity check.
Could I just say that mine's daunting?
You know what? Yes, you can. If you roll a daunting check, I'll flip one of these points for you.
Sweet.
Run that shit, dude. Run that shit.
1 green v 4 purples.
Take a boost die for incredible character play.
Okay. 1 sec.
Oh,
Maybe.
come on. Oh, dude. Oh.
Very good.
Cool.
All right.
Oh, Claw
Damn.
Ball's been there.
Not this shit again. Burnathon, you are shook up.
Yeah.
I should say you're fucking shell shocked,
There's
I
plenty
would-
of
but
time
you
for
are
that.
shook up.
There's plenty of time to get there.
So you will have a setback on all of your rolls for the remainder until you are able to climb back up the sanity scale.
Oh, yeah.
And this is going to go right into our session question for the night.
Fucking
Never
deep
like a
session
2-hour,
question, boy.
2-hour
Oh my
session
God.
question drop. Let's
Ooh,
fucking go,
super
fellas.
Locked in.
Hold on, let me add this to my notes. Bernie's mom gets orbitably bombed because we failed 9 computer checks in a row.
Don't tell me that. No.
Because the sovereignty got a lock on our communicational output data.
Oh no.
Session question go? We're ready.
Session question. What are you willing to give for this fight? Secondary question. When is it enough? When do you tap out? When do you pay too much to make it worth it?
I would say, and we'll go with a Vyacheslav / Titus / name I haven't told you guys yet.
How many levels?
Fuck you.
Let's see.
Yeah, I just got another one.
Let's see. What am I willing to give to the fight? Through my oath to Mandalore, I'm willing to give my life into the success of the mission. Of course, that has to be a calculated sacrifice. It wouldn't be his first. General mission parameters are do what you gotta do, but live. And with this,
Yeah.
with my ties to the CLF now, even despite my oath of loyalty to Mandalore, Vyacheslav would die for this group and for his Mandalorian group. As far as how far he's willing to go, Vyacheslav would only give this up if he were to be remembered by his first name rather than his Mandalorian name.
Okay.
Shouldn't have walked away right there. What the fuck does that mean? What do you
Means
mean?
everything.
What?
It means
What do you mean?
everything. There's one more piece to this confusing puzzle I have yet to give.
I could drive the Lockport, I'd throttle you. I'd throttle you till you tell me everything you know.
That's all in here.
Mine's easy, man, Garrett, unless you're ready to go, dude.
You got it.
Everything.
Think.
Qual would give everything, which might not be a lot. Qual would give everything that's left of him. He's a shell of a man. The only thing left of him is military action. He'd give it all. Because what else is there? Where could we go? And when is it enough? Fucking never. Whenever he closes his eyes with a hole burning in his chest from a E11. F11D, perhaps.
Question.
Answer.
Would Qual give his squad members up to succeed his goal if he were to live?
If he were to live, no. His chip has to be in the stack.
Now
That's a commander right there.
Real shit. Hey, captain goes down with the ship. And Lieutenant Qual Robin is a trained naval officer.
That is. All this ground and pound shit. This is for fun. This is for the love of the game. I should be on a fucking MC-80 bridge somewhere, looking over the gunnery station. Now my fucking boots are dirty, dude.
Ooh. And as for Bernie, I think if you would have asked him a day or two ago, he would have said, up to... Sorry, what was the phrasing of the first part again?
What are you willing to give for this fight?
I think previous 2 days, he would have been willing to give up to himself, but maybe a little reluctantly because he still had the tether of his ma keeping him to Corellia. I think now he is rapidly getting to Vroban territory, maybe like at the balcony looking at the outline of the Sovereignty's hammer and everything. As long as they go down for what they've done, Bernie doesn't really care what it takes anymore. The second part was when it would be enough. I think he's kind of on the Mandalorian side of once they're wiped from the face of the galaxy.
Very interesting that you bring that up because I already have it in my notes, buddy. I have another question for you specifically, Garrett. This is a question that I've asked Dom before privately.
We love the bonus question.
Garrett, where do your loyalties lie here? Does this change anything? I know you've kind of been teeter-tottering over, join the Mandalorians maybe, stay with the CLF. I know your mom was a big part of that question, but is this the jumping off point for a Mandalorian burn-a-thon? Will it be enough to satisfy Bernathons? And you already answered this question, but will it be enough to satisfy Bernathon just to get the sovereignty off of Corellia? Or has this turned into a lifelong quest of vengeance?
I'm kind of leaning towards the vengeance side. I mean, should I could explain the whole jelly donut thing. Unless
Yeah.
we'll have to.
Yes.
Hey man,
Although,
Serenity
Here's
don't get off
more!
work until I think 10 something. So I'm in it.
yeah. The owner of that very jelly donut shop was also an immigrant that met Bernathon's father on the ship to Corellia.
Mhm.
They hit it off, both same dream, moving to, make a new start and stuff like that. And as Bernie was growing up, his dad died in some kind of factory incident. The mom didn't have a way to make a whole lot of money, so he would donate some of the proceeds from his shop to Bernie's ma. And Bernie never forgot that act of kindness and would buy a jelly donut any time he'd pass. As just kind of a symbol of that, that we're in this together, you have my back, I have yours kind of thing of familiar people in a strange land.
Bernathon, I know right now probably not, but would you ever have told that story to anybody?
I think he was planning to tell Vyacheslav in his best case scenario in his mind, would have like brought him to the shop and like then told him about the stuff, and that would be why he couldn't leave Corellia. But now that is rubble, Bernie has his target.
Very good. And just to add salt to the wound, brother, as you guys are watching the security feed, the sign that was hanging on the outside downstairs of the apartment building, just above the doorway of the main entrance, you have to walk past the Jelly Donut shop to get to your apartment. Everybody in the building does. And it's right there over the main entrance. And as you guys are looking at the screen, the sign flickers one last time, goes out, and it falls face down onto the ground. And Zergo, of all people, will put his hand on your shoulder. Doesn't say anything, just gives you a nice gentle squeeze on the shoulder.
I think I need a minute. And he'll stand up and just kind of take a walk.
I'm gonna go scoop Bernie's goggles up off the ground by the window. Hang them on my little chest holster strap. I'm a band leader.
Yeah, I think Bernie would probably climb to the find some kind of antenna, climb to the roof, and just kind of take a minute and just stare at the Sovereignty's hammer. That cut of Anakin episode 2, was it? Where he's just like dead staring into the distance.
And the twin sons of Tatooine.
Holy shit, that's cool.
I'm gonna go get him whenever it's time. Whenever we finish whatever we have here, and I'll go up and go collect my soldier. You up here, Bernie?
Yeah, Lieutenant. Just taking a breather.
I'm gonna come sit down next to you, or lean next to you, wherever you're at. Beautiful night sky of Corellia, of course, punched through by coils of smoke and flame, and perhaps turbo laser batteries and other weapons of war flashing through the night. Don't have much for you, son. But needless to say, I've been right where you are right now.
And Dr. Fahrenheim said the same thing. I didn't listen.
We make the choices with what information we have, son. Whenever they choose to subjugate, this is the price that innocents pay. Now, you're a good soldier, Bernie. PT stud.
Yeah,
Quick to answer.
Let me ask you something, Lieutenant.
Go ahead.
When this happened to you, did you have time to say goodbye?
No. No, I didn't. And even worse, we hadn't left on good terms. They were so ready for me to be finished, to graduate. Stick it out, star son, star pupil, high grades, long career ahead of me on some disarmamented ship somewhere on pirate patrol. And I didn't want that. That wasn't gonna be good enough for me. So I went home, somewhere, a place that I'd never been. Went to DAC, went to Moncala. And if I could have known what would happen next, I would rather have been there with them. Bern, I don't have anything left, man. I have you. I have the sergeant. And whoever else is still breathing in the CLF. And I could choose to go build something, Bernie. I could walk away from all of this. But I'm not that strong. I'm weak when it comes to that. Starkiller base, that evaporated whatever good man was left inside of me. And at night I see it, so I don't sleep. Whenever I'm not doing something, I think about it, so I stay busy every day. But Bernie, you're young. We have a mission here, okay? We have a chance. We have a plan. I'm talking about after. You can walk away from this, Bernie. You still have that chance.
Lieutenant Qual, if I may.
Please.
You're the strongest willed person I've met. If you can't manage it, I don't see much. I don't see much hope for me. I just want to make the sovereignty pay.
And we
'Cause
will.
we know what happens to our people, but they've been doing this all over the galaxy. And from what Zergo said, longer than I thought. Somebody's got to stop him. If that means I'm going up with that thing, and I'll point at the Star Destroyer, so be it. Means 1,000 other Zexto, Doros, any aliens, means that they'll have the chance that I had. That's worth it. But yeah, we got to get moving, don't
Yeah.
we? I'll take my my goggles. Thanks for grabbing them.
Of course. We can head back.
So, as Lieutenant Qual Robin goes up the stairs to the roof of the building to console young Bernathon, Zergo turns to you, Vyacheslav. What's your read on the kid? Is he gonna make it through this?
I think he's strong. He has enough reason to now. I think we need to make sure we pull him out. Because if not, he'll go down in that fiery ball we're about to make. He's
Can't
quick.
abide weakness in my team.
This kid ain't weak. He's got the instincts. I've seen him firsthand. We just can't
Instincts
give
are
him that
fine.
opportunity.
Yeah. Instincts are fine until you watch your mother get destroyed by an orbital laser.
Everyone's been somewhere, Zergo. Everyone's hiding something. Just unfortunate for this kid that we all know. He'll be fine. Brogan's here.
Just make sure he's good to go. Like I said, can't have weakness like that on the team. It's hard to lose family, but in situations like this, you can't lose your cool like that.
Small control outbursts. We've done worse, right? I mean, I've told you what happened on Fatrong. He'll manage, as we all do. He has no choice. Worst comes
Fuel
to
valve.
worst, he straps the debt charge to himself. And our goal is still ended. Telling you. Trust in this vision.
I'll trust you if you vouch for him.
Adaita dos Havlam Kaistelud. He will be strong.
Pounds his chest with his fist 2 times.
And I will
All right.
give him the same Mandalorian salute I assume he's about to give me.
Certainly. And Bernathon, and after a moment, Bernathon and Lieutenant Robin come down the stairs.
I think on the like stealth armor that Bernie has, did we get like dog tags or anything like that?
I'd imagine we'd have some.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably have some kind of identification tag.
I think Bernie, Lieutenant, can I borrow your blade real quick? And he'll scribe in on the back of it, Marinel Zalto.
Ooh. Can you spell that for me, Goat?
Yeah, Marinel.
Very good. All right. No rest for the wicked, gang. Time to head back and get our next objective taken care of.
Find some cover for the ships if they're coming. Guess we
Very
gotta
good.
pick one. Hope they have their own medical.
All right. So you guys are able to pick your way back to the shelter. Mandalorian team has done a little bit of tidying up, setting up. They found some crates of, some dry foods, couple of blasters, blaster packs, things of that nature, just scrounging around old security depots for the high-rise apartments and things of that nature. Most of them having been underground, they would have survived. Some of them would have survived the orbital bombardment. So, we need a hiding place. Are you guys looking for hold on one sec. So I know you guys had said just kind of looking for anything fit in where you sit in where you fit in kind of stuff.
Indeed.
So we're not necessarily looking for cover, we're looking for concealment.
Correct. Correct. So,
Alright.
yeah,
So
something
that-
like a first floor
Go
of a collapsed parking garage, something that's still relatively stable that just has like barely enough clearance to fit something underneath, like some kind of ship or whatever somebody might bring over here, airspeed or light freighter, whatever they got.
Excellent, excellent. So that is going to make this check a lot easier. Because, you know, Golden Beach is huge tourist area. People got to have places to park. So I'll say off the top, you probably have a couple in this immediate area. They are small, but you'll be able to fit some of the lighter craft. You know, we're going to need to focus on bigger areas for the drop ships and things of that nature. Any cargo transports that we have, troop carriers, stuff like that. So, easy enough. I'll just need a, tell you what, give me a vigilance check. Add a boost die for the plentifulness of them in this area. And it'll just be an average check.
Right. I'm 1 green, 2, or 1 yellow, 2 greens.
I think that's you.
Got it. Cool. Smoke them if you've got them, naturally. Two success, 2 advantage.
2 success, 2 advantage. Very good. So, you guys do a little bit of scouting, walking around. And sure enough, you do find a couple of parking garages and you know, open space auditoriums and things like that with big bay doors that you are able to you know, eyeball would be big enough to fit some of these transports in. Might be a tight squeeze, but you can manage it. Give me a Lieutenant Vrobin specifically. Give me a perception check.
Yeah. And I take a
Upgraded.
boost
It's gonna be
dice with my
hard-
2 advantages.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
It's gonna be a hard check. Upgraded.
Don't mind if I do. Robin, not a real cunning guy. Wow.
5 success, 3 threat.
What a roll.
Take 1 strain, and I'm gonna hold on to those other 2 threats.
Very good.
Lieutenant Vrobin, as you approach your last and largest parking garage that you guys were able to find, you see something off in the distance. More instinct than visual perception. Just as you're scanning the skyline, you see something on top of a roof, pretty far off, maybe like a quarter mile. You see something maybe ducked down behind the edge of this building.
Five successes, huh?
5 successes. Tell you what,
Can I pick out any more detail with these plethora of successes, my goat?
you can. Consulting your Blue Force tracker, there are no CLF forces in the immediate vicinity. You have had a couple of extra CLF guys come in, 1s and 2s, things of that nature. I'd say you probably have 15 guys here right now, not counting your Mandalorians and your squad. So, might be a civilian, might be sovereignty.
Is anybody with me? Or is it just me?
I'd say it's probably your squad.
Then I will very casually inform them of this. non-marked personnel.
Very good. Would you like to do anything about this?
I would like to investigate.
Nice. All right. Give me a group stealth check.
We're really good at these. We've passed these all night.
Historically, yes.
I burned out.
All right.
And then sit back and get it.
Add the setback, buddy. It's gonna be an average check. 2 purples.
Okay. Yeah, historically.
Run it back, Turbo. Run it back.
Come on.
We've got 7 million rolls on the server.
One failure, 4 advantages.
Historically.
Historically, yep.
Chris, I hope you're ready for us to walk through your fucking finale combat next week, Dad. Our seed, the slingshot is engaged.
Triumph.
Hell
We are
yeah.
cranking it back right now, dude.
Yeah, ain't karma something, dude? Or ain't not karma. Yeah, you guys are building up a lot of good karma right now.
Yeah.
Banking it, yeah.
Karmic retribution.
Real shit. So, you guys, as stealthily as you can, pick your way through the city. You get to the base of the building that you suspected to see this person. And you start making your way up. Before you guys get out onto the roof, is there any actions you would like to take? You're unsure of who's up here. You're unsure if they're armed. You don't have a lot of information. You don't have any information other than someone was up here.
Hey, Vyacheslav. When we were meeting Madame Phasar, didn't you have some kind of scanner or something that could see, like, life detection or heat signature or something like that?
I did. I have a thermal penetrating goggle. Let's see real quick. And I would like to use my infra binoculars.
Very good. You pick up one life form, pretty small.
One life form, small. Is it armed? Do we
As
see
far
a
as you can
blaster,
tell-
heat signature.
As far as you can tell, no. But doesn't necessarily mean anything. Could just mean that they haven't used it in a while.
No active energy armaments on per. Seems to just be the one.
Well, hey, let's check it out. Easy on the blasters. Low ready, fellas. Men. And I'll ease up there. Very careful, like.
So as you open the door to the roof access, you see a somewhat familiar sight. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find it. Ba-ba-ba. Here we go.
First, somewhat familiar. Who's small? Who do we know that's small? Notes.
I don't think I gave a name or anything like that other than a description. You see what what looks like a small Rhodian girl, very young,
God.
looking like she's getting ready to go over the side of this building. I'll say this is probably like a 3 or 4 story tall building. We'll say 4 stories.
She's still at it.
Hey, super climber, wait a second.
The Corellian uniclimber.
Hey, hey, free scaler. Wait, wait just a moment.
She sees your guns and immediately throws her hands in the air.
They're a little ready. They're not going out.
Just seeing them is
Of
enough.
course.
I wasn't doing anything wrong, I swear.
Are you the same one from the Civic Center?
In the Dirt Creek block?
Yeah.
Yeah, I climb that one sometimes.
What the crap are you doing all the way over here, little girl?
Well, her hands drop to her sides as she.
Why are you
begins to
spying
cry.
on me?
She begins to cry. What, the kinds of tears that only small children can cry, where they don't understand what's happening. Everything's a mess, and they just can't fathom why.
I'll sling the rifle. Whoa, hey, it's okay. You're not in trouble. We're just, it's dangerous out here. What's your name?
Through the sniffles and the tears, she wipes her snoot. Relda.
Relda? That's a pretty name. How'd you get all the way to the Golden Beaches, Relda? I feel like we just saw you a couple weeks ago in the Dirt Creek block. It's a long way.
Well, me and my parents were evacuating the Dirt Creek block, and we got stopped by sovereignty forces. Are you guys sovereignty?
No, absolutely not. They don't really like people who look like me. Something with the eyes.
I don't know what it could be, honestly.
Yeah, my mom always told me that they didn't like us because of our snoots.
Well, that seems kind of a funny thing to not like somebody for.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
She begins to cry again.
Hey, do you need some water? I have a canteen here. Would you?
She walks up to you and tentatively grabs.
And I'll be
the
on a
canteen.
knee, get level. It's not a whole lot in there, but take it. Where are your parents now? Do they know you're out here?
Let me find this song. The song that I just had.
I can't deal with more parent death, Chris.
Make me fucking cry. In
Where's this
fucking
one?
Voice
Chris
call
about,
right
Chris
now.
about to make me give him this one right here. Next scene, please. Not here on Sunstriders.
yeah.
We talk about what triggers us, and then we do it. Then we bring it up in game.
Real shit. Hey. Well, I don't know. Last time I saw them, the sovereignty was taking them.
How'd you get away?
They stopped our speeder.
How'd you get away?
Well, they stopped our speeder, and my parents got out and they started asking all these mean questions. And my mom told me to run, so I ran. When I look back, they had my parents in handcuffs, and they were putting them into some kind of speeder.
Yeah, they're not very nice, those sovereignty fellas, huh?
No, sir.
Yeah, well, good news. We're trying to do something about that.
Are you gonna get rid of them? My dad always said that he would get rid of them for me.
Yeah, I think I would have liked your dad a whole lot. Probably would have been good friends.
real quick.
Don't make this
Jacob,
little
give
girl
me,
pull a blaster on me. I'll fuck you up.
I'll drive to Texas right now. And we're gonna run fucking.
I'll be at your
Do
house tonight.
No. No.
For the sovereignty.
God, he's a sleeper agent.
Jake,
Everyone's a sleeper agent.
Jacob, quick DM question.
What's up, man?
What skill do you think would it be to like recognize a face?
To recognize a face.
I want to say perception. Just
yeah,
it's...
I think that probably covers it. I could see maybe cool as well to keep like facts straight, maybe. But that might be more of a reach. But maybe probably perception.
Okay. Give me an easy perception check, and I'll give you a boost die for it.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, get fucked, buddy. I'm spinning a blunt. All right.
Let's go.
2 success. That's
This
the
little
best
girl
test.
looks familiar. Not, I mean, obviously you've seen her before, and this isn't your first interaction, but more than that, she has a very similar face to someone else you may know. And not in a racist, they all look the same kind of way, but you know, you see enough Rhodians, especially being in the CLF.
Yeah.
A lot of the downtrodden in the CLF are alien species.
Mm-hmm.
You think you know her dad?
From the CLF?
From the CLF.
From Death Squad?
No,
we don't have a
not Best Squad.
From
It's not anybody that you guys have met in game.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
scaling through. Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
What's something I could recall about her dad, like physicality wise?
physicality wise, pretty slight Rhodian. Even for Rhodian standards, pretty slight build. Looks like never had enough to eat, never really got the nutrients he needed as a kid, things like that. But a name does come to mind, and it's Kuthi Slib. Kuthii. Last name Silb. Sorry, Silb, not Slib.
Silb. Ordo, are you Silb's little girl?
That's my last name.
Yeah, I thought it was. I do know your dad. He worked with me. I thought that might be the case.
And you would be able to recall Kuthi Silb was a sergeant in Greg Squad in Daklin's Act Dogs. Not someone you have a lot of time with, but through your cross-training exercises and your different squad commanders and things like that, you probably have met him a few times, things like that. Always hungry for the mission. Always willing to do what it took to get the job done. Have you seen my dad?
Not since we got here. It's been, we were in different squads. So, we didn't run together too often, but, I've seen him recently. Probably not after you saw him last. But we have a call out right now. And anybody that works with us that can make it here is going to be here hopefully soon. So, why don't you come with me and we can get you to the place where a bunch of our buddies, me and your dad's friends, will start to gather around, and we can see if we can't get some more information about where your parents might be.
She sniffles a little bit and nods her head.
All right, come on,
Yeah.
sister. I'll scoop her up with my
And she is
fucking
light.
massive Moncala arms.
Even for your strength, she feels lighter than she probably should be. Much like her father, it looks like she hasn't had enough to eat. She is dirty, rough. She's been out here for a while. But as you pick her up, she clings to your neck like it's a lifeline. So,
We'll head back.
hey, job done. You guys place a couple of markers for CLF forces to see. Or, you know, they're probably like comm markers, things like that for
Mhm.
Navi computers and whatnot. Place a couple markers, and you head back to the rally point. You get back, and it's, you know, probably early evening. Sun's starting to get low in the sky. And quite a few CLF forces have turned up. You guys are probably looking at numbers in the hundreds at this point. Maybe 200 or
Ooh,
300.
are we next day? Question mark.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, so because it was already night whenever we were on the rooftop, like whenever we sent out the message, right?
Yes. So
So it's like
nighttime.
Gotcha.
This is the day after you guys liberated the ships from the CDF.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So this is effectively 24 hours later is where you guys
Gotcha.
are at. Operating on very little sleep. You guys have been running hard. Provisions are low. But the cavalry is being gathered. And all that's left to do is wait for everybody and get after it. Is there anything you guys would like to do before we wrap up tonight?
Try and get some shut eye to heal this strain, bad boy.
Absolutely.
Get Qual's
Anything else?
state mandated 3 hours.
Real shit.
And I'm not letting the little girl out of my sight.
Very good. Bernathon, what are you doing as you guys have a little bit of downtime? Downtime very lightly, because you still have prep to do and there's work to be done, but it's slowed down a little bit. What are you doing?
I feel like Bernthon is still just like kind of reeling, like now that we have downtime, the kind of words from Qual are echoing, or just like keeping busy, like trying to like, you know, like fiddling with his blaster, making sure he thinks about going talk to Relda, but thinks better of it given his emotional state. And that it might just make her make it worse. So I think
It's so... Go ahead.
I mean, that was about it. I think just kind of like trying to bide his time and like keeping himself focused for the next day.
Very good. And it's so interesting that you say that, because as you're sitting there prepping your gear, Relda, in a moment of weakness from Lieutenant Qual, and you're probably in the same vicinity, but Relda sneaks away and comes up to you.
weakness.
As she
because
walks
I
up.
fucking fall asleep for an hour. What the hell?
As she walks up to you, she points at your 2 blaster pistols on your waist. You're weird. Why do you have 4 arms and only 2 pistols?
It's in case I drop them. I can pick them back up. You know, you're a little weird too. Not too many kids can climb a 4-story building. You know, Relda, right? Burnifer.
Yeah.
After we saw you at the Civic Center, I mean, I like to climb stuff myself, so I decided to test myself a little bit, try to climb something similar. And I'll tell you, I had quite a hard time. I almost broke a leg from the fall, and I'm maybe twice your age.
Where were you climbing?
I can't remember. It was some kind of apartment building. Yeah, but it's just, balconies, jumping from them. But
Was it the one on 6th and Coruscant? I can't ever get that one.
how did you? Pretty prodigious kid, aren't you?
My dad says it's because I'm too short to reach the upper balconies.
But you find a way, don't you?
I just take the stairs.
Practicality.
My dad says it doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there.
Dad sounds like a smart man.
He's the best.
I'll be sure to tell him that when we see him.
When are we gonna see him?
Hopefully soon. We're gonna wait for some more of our friends to show up. Maybe half a day, and then we'll make our move. When that happens, it might get a little scary, but you just gotta hunker down and wait it out. After a little bit of time, it'll be over, and things will hopefully get back to normal.
I like you, Bernagon.
You too, kid. Like, pat her on the head.
And she'll walk off and go sit back down next to Lieutenant Frobin. All right, guys. That's all I have for you tonight.
Glad you can set up all these emotional moments to fucking murder us next week.
Hey, man, look. You gotta have something
Is it
to fight
over next
for.
week, Chris?
I think
Are we?
we're at the point. Depending on how it goes, we're getting into the final scene tomorrow or next week.
Depending on how it goes.
But it may be a 2-week finale. I don't
Shit.
know. We'll see.
Prep for one, because we're clearing shit. We're rocking and
Hey,
pushing
say
and
less.
rolling.
Say less.
Not to be dramatic.
But hey, man,
if anything
go
happens to Relda, I'm gonna kill
Oh.
everyone, and then my
That's
Look,
my
man.
little girl, dude. That's my daughter.
I have
My daughter, bro.
and this is for the viewers too. We get so caught up in these big conflicts, focusing on, big ticket items, big bombings and troop movements and things like that. Sometimes it's good to remember who really pays the price for all of this shit. What's the cost of imperialist action, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and NBs? It's not the guy sitting on top. Sovereignty doesn't give a fuck about Relda. Sovereignty doesn't give a fuck about Marinel's
I
Alta.
don't care about Bernie. He's just a kid.
They don't.
He's a young man. He's a
Yeah.
boy. Eats his mama. Now she's gone.
So,
And now he's going to fall
It's
down a
important.
spiral of vengeance, and the cycle of violence continues unless Lieutenant
Right.
Robin can stop him.
death begets death begets death.
This is Robin right
That
now.
War isn't good for anybody, ladies and gentlemen, especially not the little people.
Amen. Put that as the fucking
So-
session quote.
So with that, thank you, dear viewers and wonderful players, for tuning in to Sunstriders Libertas Session 9, The Flicker of Hope. We'll catch you
love
next
you.
week in our awesome season finale, or
Woo!
beginning of, depending on how well my players roll with their 7 billion bank triumphs.
You're going to make us die.
That's right. We have 7 billion act dogs doves to feast upon.
Catch it. But hey,
Real shit.
tune in next week for episode 10, the one where they all die. That's the episode title.
No.
Episode
Although,
10.
I guess
They
that
ain't
could
making
go
it to
both
phase
ways.
3.
I guess that. Hey, are we talking about the act dogs or are we talking about the sovereignty? Tune in and find out.
Well, I know the answer to that one, pimpin'.
That's all I got.
We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.